Please.
Okay, what do I gotta do, if I gotta do anything? I don't wanna find out.
No, he sent it. I was looking at work, so I didn't get to look at it.
What about 30 seconds?
We saw it last time we signed it, so I know I reviewed it once.
Looks like a state contract, right?
There's no 11.
Okay,
Lots of
There's no
words.
10.
But
No
like you
spots for
said,
signatures.
you can bail on it whenever you
In
want.
your agreement, there's no 10.
There's lots of words, a couple
I
spots
think
for
10 was a
signatures.
blank page, I
Maybe some
think.
No,
spots
no,
for
no,
dates.
Article 10, or
Oh.
paragraph 10, where they're numbered. We go from 9 to 11.
Oh. Thank you, John.
okay. I would like to call a special meeting of the Green Lake Township Board of Trustees to order at 5 p.m. on November 24th. Judy, can you do a roll call, please?
West.
Yeah.
McDonald. Merrick.
Here.
Biganowski.
Here.
Kramer here, and Radke.
Here.
And for the record, Biondo is absent and excused.
Very good. Now I'd like to rise for the, well, if you have a smart device, please put it on mute. With that being said, rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Need the approval of the agenda. We cannot alter anything because we do not have a quorum or a full board present.
I'll make a motion, we approve the agenda as presented.
Or,
Motion by Merrick, supported by Baganowski to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Next item is public comment. Any member of the public wishing to express anything to this board, please rise. Go to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Seeing nobody, we'll move on to the next. New business. This is an MDOT Resolution 11242025.1. MDOT wasn't impressed with our motion to sign the agreement. MDOT wasn't impressed with the sample resolution that I sent to them. MDOT did, however, send us a sample resolution, which you have a copy of in your packet. Brief history, they wanted $475,000 as an escrow fund. I balked at that. And we had a meeting with MDOT and the Road Commission, progress update for this construction season. And apparently I must have rattled some cages. They reached out pretty much immediately to Jennifer of Gordy Frazier and Associates, and through her due diligence and her staff, her crew, got it down to $132,800 for escrow funds. That still includes HDMI.
Talking about TV stuff.
Yeah, pipe. I'm still not too impressed with that, and I believe Jennifer is in my corner in that regards. Why can't we use C900, which is even cheaper? So we're not giving up the ghost in that regards there. We're going to pursue the C900 piping, which is used unilaterally through Grand Traverse County under state highways and county roads and whatever whatnot. But the purpose of the meeting is to do the resolutions and to authorize cutting a check out of fund balance in the amount of $132,800 as a depository for escrow funds so we can negotiate a contract.
all right, so the contract you sent Pat that had the bigger number, the 425 number on it, are we gonna re-sign that or just use that?
We're going to re-sign
With the new number on it?
with the new number,
Okay.
132.8. Yes.
That's all I got.
I'll make a motion, we adopt MDOT Resolution 11242025.1 as presented.
Second.
We got a motion by Merrick, supported by Kramer, to adopt Resolution 11242025.1 regarding the MDOT resolution for water system.
Do you want us to include in there the authorization to move the funds, or do you want that to be a separate?
Separate, please.
Separate motion,
Okay.
yes. Any discussion on said resolution? Pat?
Could you move your microphone so you can hear us at home, Pat?
We're taking advantage of the construction to have the stalls that strategy here.
Yes.
And if there are, this project is, comes to where it crosses the highway now, all the way over to the intersection.
Yes, the water extension is going to cross from, in front, basically it's going to go up in front of Tom's, the fuel station, run west to Rick's, Blue Vase. Then it's going to go on the east side of the intersection, run north between Hudson's and Mr. Plahetka's piece, and run pipe to the intersection corner there, and also to Wendy's.
So to make water available going on all four.
Correct.
Sides of the road, north and south.
Correct, yes.
Will anyone have to be mandatorily signed up when that happens?
No, new construction, or if a well goes bad, yes, within 200 feet of a water main, they'll have to hook up. Okay. With that being said, anything else?
Yep.
Sure.
On this resolution, it says the contract number 225579. Have you got it, that contract number?
Yes,
And then.
it's in your email as well.
I got 5374.
That's the old one. There's two
Yeah, this
different
is,
contracts
yeah, this
that
is
they're
the
working with.
amended contract number,
This is
which was,
the 132.8.
yeah.
Right, that's what I was getting at, is the one that I have, in the email that I got is this 255374, and it's
Yes.
475. I was crossing out to put 138.
Yeah.
But do you have this contract number 25579, and does it state in that contract the 132,800?
Yes.
Okay,
It was been revised by, or confirmed by two different entities, Mr. Parath, and then also Deidre from Lansing.
okay.
That does it, yes. So in essence, they're allowing us to do the other pipe, or reduce the length of pipe and do a straighter shot. Okay, anything else? Roll call, please.
Merrick.
Yes.
Sorry, that's just that one. Biganowski.
Yes.
Kramer, yes. Bradkey.
Yes.
West.
Yes.
And McDonald.
Okay.
Okay, so then I'll make a motion that we move $132,800 into fund balance to be placed in the capital improvement fund for escrow monies in this, for the state of Michigan.
The resolution.
Why do we have to do that anyway? I don't, why would we need the board do that?
Because sometimes they request the minutes from us, and they like to see that in the minutes. I don't know if they will in this case or not, but
If you just
Well-
make the comment, oh, the funds will go from this to them.
Yes, pursuant to the resolution.
Yeah, the comment is fine. I don't think we need
Yeah.
action.
I thought because it was related to the resolution, the funding, we have to pay for the, no?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I withdraw my support then.
okay.
You withdraw your support to what?
So we're gonna, well,
I
it
would
was gonna
rather
be a
that it
different,
be an emotion.
we can't add to the agenda, we don't have 7 people here.
Oh,
So you're just
Hence-
going to have me put in the minutes, everybody agreed?
As referenced in the agreement to MDOT Resolution 1124-2025.1.
So then we should have put it in the first
motion.
motion, like I asked.
Amend the first motion.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be in any motion. I
Yeah,
don't know
'cause
why
it's
we're
part
even
of,
talking about it.
because it's part of the resolution. Yeah,
Is that where it's coming from?
Yes,
directly?
fund balance.
Coming from fund balance.
at this
Fund
point in
balance.
time, and if we do agree to put water in, it'll come out of the water fund, and it'll reimburse. Because right now, we're gonna take it, fund balance, AKA capital improvement designation. Then if we agree to put in water, then it'll come out of the water fund, reimburse the 132.8 of the fund balance.
Okay.
So then state one more time for the tape recorder how you want it to be read and how you want it written in the minutes.
Well, we adopted resolution number 11242025.1, MDOT resolution for the contract of installation of water and funds to be used from fund balance to be placed in escrow with MDOT in the amount not to exceed 132,800.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So I got 5 yes and 1 huh? Well, got it, so it passed.
That's all that matters.
Okay, so we'll move on to the next item, public comment. Anybody wishing to speak?
I came all the way here. At least there was no detour
The name
at the
and...
moment. Jennifer Graham, Gordy Frazier. Our new address, 1820 Oak Hollow, no longer within the city limits. Soon enough, we will have an open house, and probably after the new year, and hope that you guys will be able to attend. But back to the subject at hand, I appreciate Supervisor Radke holding the meeting tonight. Quick synopsis, because some of you, I had taken the opportunity just to kind of prepare a letter just to kind of outline some of the process. As most of you may know, the project originally initiated as good intent to collaborate services. Anytime there's construction taking place, we want to always try to find opportunities that exist so that we can intercede, do utility upgrades, whether they're underground, overhead, because we generally find that, that's going to be the most cost effective. And also puts us in a situation you'd hate to have a new road built and then, which we see many times, is a year from now, then someone's cutting through it and putting a new line in. So that was how this project all started, and I appreciate that this board fully recognized that as an opportunity. And I can say working with MDOT was frustrating oftentimes from my perspective. And the supervisor is well aware that, multiple meetings were held online, and there were probably given 10 to 12 different MDOT officials on those meetings at all different times, a multitude of consultants, sub-consultants. It was interesting just to watch the dynamics go through. And the process itself, because originally this started out looking at cost estimates, just to, as you had explained, trying to hit the four corners to get utilities, extend that water main, so that with development there would be access, with the goal of our project being, budgeted for around $150,000. And to this day, that still seems very achievable to me. However, going through the exercise, looking back at the design protocol we went through, working with sub-consultants, different MDOT jurisdictions, because thinking this was going to be managed at the local level, ultimately we were subject to the state level in Lansing, which they have different rules and regulations, although they're the same agency. I counted, we actually went through and changed our plans 9 different times, because every time a new utility looked at it, whether it was gas, storm, we constantly were the ones that had to work around them. And I recently did have, and I appreciate again Supervisor kind of ruffling feathers, because I had opportunity to vent a bit as to the process. Not that, anybody cares, meaning not you guys, but MDOT, because it's what we're stuck with, but it always seemed to be our utility, your utility, was the last one considered. So we were frequently put in a position, and again, 9 times, to have to constantly maneuver around all these other surface infrastructures, which ultimately that, with the pipe that they were requiring, meaning Lansing, really just inflated the price almost 3 times the amount, because there's, as you can appreciate, with all the bends, and once I looked at the final drawings, even some of our consultants that we work with who looked at the plans and contractors thought that it was a mistake, just because there's so many deflections and fittings, and one that's not ideal from an operation perspective and also cost. And ultimately, that was what we were left working with. The other piece to this too is we also had anticipated, as you recall, Hudson Development, they were already going to have their water main installed, which they're working on the residential, but the commercial piece has yet to translate to anything. So that also was included into this. So it was really just a great comedy of, not errors, but just circumstance that led it to basically what we saw ultimately at the end of the day, which we were one of the last to be made known. I think the supervisor again forwarded on to us of a price of $450,000, which definitely motivated us because that was not the goal of this project. That is not something where, you know, we even would advocate to pursue because it wasn't providing anything to you guys cost effective. Because at the end of the day, if the prices were going to stay where they were, you know, my recommendation would have been let them build the roundabout in the foreseeable future. We'll just directionally drill our lines in later or work to get easements because you're going to be able to do that a lot cheaper than $450,000. You can lay a lot more pipe than that. But no, we were able to get an audience with Lucas and then Malzar also with local TSC and explain our situation. And from that recently, Lucas then presented an alternate contract to you guys and was receptive and understanding. He too admitted that there was a disconnect locally between local MDOT, Lansing MDOT, and was kind enough to clarify a lot of those things, I believe, in the email that you guys have in your packet. We were able to make some adjustments to not only account for some of the capital costs that is at least seems reasonable and something that the township can afford, but also lowering some of the percentage for construction engineering and just making it very clear and transparent to you guys that whether you add more work to the project or you reduce work, that's going to get reflected through your deposit. So it was good that we were able to get that clarity from them and provide me some assurances so I can stand here and obviously recommend that you guys hold your meeting tonight for the resolution. But yeah, it's been frustrating.
Okay. And another point I'd like to plant a seed in this board's mind is the MDOT has designed the road and the utilities and everything else via their subs and other agencies. They are in the business of building roads.
Right.
I would prefer to have oversight of our engineer, our firm, overseeing the installation of MDOT's contractor that would be putting in our water system. I'm not saying that I don't believe MDOT is good at what they do, but they don't do water lines.
Right.
They don't do infrastructure, so I prefer to have planted a seed in our minds that we're going to utilize our township engineers on any installation of our water system and any other infrastructure that we might have in the future.
Yeah. No,
Would
and
that be something we'd need to do as a board?
Yes,
Take action? So
we
you wanna
will.
put that on the December agenda then?
Well, we're still in a negotiation with this contract, because this gets the ball rolling, and so we can sit down and actually negotiate. Before, we couldn't negotiate because we
Right.
didn't have a leg to stand on. Now we have a leg to stand on. So now we can get,
But that's always going to be our cost, but will they let someone from GFA on the property to do the inspections?
that was part of the, no, and that was a side discussion that the supervisor and I had, and that was something that I had actually requested of MDOT is their ability just to remove construction engineering from this contract, and they will not.
Yes.
They will not allow us to be there on your behalf through them. Of course, you guys have the ability to retain us independently, but that's also frustrated because you're paying the 8% plus you're potentially paying your engineering consultant to also be there on your behalf.
yeah, what I've been part of, if, I don't know, Dave may recall, and some of the board members, the issues in Blair Township.
We paid Gosling to make sure it got buried deep enough, and guess what? Didn't get buried deep enough.
We made it down to 30 inches, on a 20, but anyways, so, and also with the county,
Right.
having an independent, so, I mean, this is something that's an insurance policy, it's a check and
Right.
balance.
Yeah, it's something that we will potentially present to the board in the future, so I appreciate you bringing that.
Yeah.
Really, you know, at the end of the day, even when I still look at the numbers, what is being asked for the $32,800. It's a mechanism to start the project, because apparently you guys, you know, unbeknownst to any of us, have been the holdout for the project to even move ahead, which is interesting and not well communicated, but here we are. But it allows, again, to begin the value engineering. So big picture, moving forward, my job still is to continue to be your advocate, working with MDOT, because the unit prices we're seeing is still, to me, does not translate and reflect a cost-effective project, knowing they're open cutting to build a road, and all they're doing is putting some pipe in the ground, because there's so much extra savings and being offset with other work services that the cost I'm still seeing is very high, and I'm not, and it's unfortunate, and part of my job now is to advocate to get that alternate pipe material, because that in itself, just the material, less fittings, will be a huge cost savings. And I've heard that, you know, directly from the contractors themselves, both of them that bid on this project. Actually, there was, yeah, just 2 of them that bid. So that's still, all of this is still continuing to be negotiated. But what's nice is it's written out that you guys have an out, whether you want to add more or reduce more for the contract. So you're still in a position, if you decide, and, you know, based on my recommendations, which is what you guys hire me to do, to not move ahead with this project at all, because it still is cost prohibitive. You know, you guys have the ability to do that, and we'll get refunded back your money, but you're not out the $400,000. It's something a lot more palatable at this point.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps.
We already got the Eagle permit
Correct, yep,
to extend our water system.
yeah.
And usually that's the hardest part.
It can be, right. Or we just, you know, we'll work on getting the bare minimum, but realistically, right now, the pipe's still HDPE, which is something that Lansing required, and we put C900 in, which is a lot more cost-effective, something that your operator as well wants to see installed. And so I'm working with your local agency to try to get that change. Is important to me right now, and important to you, because that will, again, translate to more cost savings also.
Thank you, Jennifer. Any questions of Jennifer? Pat?
At what point will water flow into these mains?
That would be part of the turnover process, because what we're proposing is live taps. So we're tapping into live water main already. So these won't be dry pipes. These would be full of water, and they'll terminate with hydrants, which will be great for your fire department, that you guys will have access and additional fire suppression capabilities at those corners. So the part of the closeout and testing process, the pipe will get back teed, chlorinated, pressure rated, and then it will remain active and available, is what we are proposing.
And I think you mentioned that the commercial development hadn't progressed very far yet. So is there any pipe running north of Tom's at this point, the building?
No, at this,
No.
we're just crossing. It's, Hudson's still got to pay for their pipe to get to their facility.
And is that where we're tapping in?
No, it'd be
No.
on Matty Parkway, just by Tom's there.
Yeah.
The existing water main.
Then we're gonna go north to Plahetka's, Wendy's, and
Blue Vase,
Blue
yeah.
Vase.
Well, I know
But nothing east to Hudson's. That's their cost.
there's a hydrant in the northeast corner of the parking lot.
Yes. Because they were gonna run that road, whatever it is, Tom's Road Drive, that goes out, back out to 31 from J. Matty. It's on paper. That's where they were gonna extend the water system.
Was there
From.
already pipe at the other, on the northwest corner there?
No.
No.
Anything else? Okay. Any other public comment?
Hey, go Stags.
Yes.
Yes.
Volleyball did it, so.
Volleyball did it, and yep, now we're on to
Ford Field Friday.
Yep, my son's a junior, so I know. So wish us luck. Yeah, that's where I'll be.
Okay, good luck.
Good.
Safe
Thank
trip.
you.
Any other?
Thanks.
If not, I would entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting at 5:24 PM.
So moved.
Got a motion by Kramer, supported by Radke. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Meeting adjourned.
Does it count?